I was went to some recent events and they were talking about, using AI responsibly, and then also talking about the fact that with AI, it's very much it's about sensitive data and how that some employees in some companies. There was a really big news story in government recently where there was a caseworker that had got an AI to produce a report that ended up impacting a child that was in the social space quite negatively because they were putting in data. So how do you as a company either advise your customers or yourself work through how to use AI responsibly?
So for us, what's really important is to understand the AI tool you want to use and how and where it processes the data and what happens with it. And so, yeah, I mean, we've seen not firsthand, but second or third hand examples where, for example, people would take sensitive information, drop it into a large language model, and then the large language model was being trained on that information that they dropped in, and then someone else on the other side of the world would then make a query against the LLM, and then some of that information bubbled up over here. And I'm sure there'll be lots of AI experts saying, "Oh, that doesn't happen because of A, B, or C." Well, that's what I was told had happened. And that's certainly, I was at the Tech in Gov conference and we were presenting there earlier this year, and they were talking about specific examples of that and what they're concerned about. And so the way we tackle it is, yes, so understand, for example, work out the constraints you have to operate under. So it might be that government might say to us, or an enterprise might say, well, we're happy to use AI as long as the processing and the data storage all occurs in Australia. So you can find out, for example, if you just use ChatGPT, as of you and I talking now, my understanding is that it is processed overseas and you can't not have it be the case. So you need to understand that. So, however, there are other AI services provided in data centers based in Sydney, for example, that isn't. So therefore you can use those tools and things as well. Likewise, I think you can be careful and selective about, well, what are you going to put into the, or use with AI, say, for example, if you're trying to increase productivity, does it really need to include this sensitive information? How could you do it differently so that you could still get some productivity gain without including that sensitive information?